So I go to live with my grandmother because it was dangerous for me to stay with my ex-boyfriend's stepmom. Uh, she was looking the other way, and he was very cavalier in his bullshit. He was no longer sorry for it. That was the only change. That's very important for me to note. My ex was abusive, and he was always sorry. I know how it sounds. And then he wasn't. He would say things like, I just ended up with this giant fucking bruise on my back, and he's like, looks like it hurts. Huh, yeah, it fucking does. You should make sure that doesn't happen again. The fuck is wrong with you? Piece of shit. Just saying. Sometimes I can't help it. Sometimes I'm just like, the ultimate fuck you, man. The ultimate fuck you. How many times was I there for you? How many times did I forgive you? Ultimate fuck you for being a piece of shit in return. But anyway, one of those times I was there for him was after I moved out. I moved in with my grandmother. I was there not even a couple weeks, and he started holing up at the flood house. It didn't have supplies. He was tired of his stepmom shit. She was tired of his shit. There was some argument or something. I don't know. He was there at the flooded house. I would sneak him towels and food, and I gave him a little bit of cash. And I don't know if I already said this. You know, he'd ask me to hang out and stuff, and I wouldn't really hang out. When I would drop stuff off, I didn't always even shut the door. I didn't stay long. I wasn't stupid, right? I mean, I was, but I wasn't, but I was. One night, though, we found a gift card. I don't know how the fuck. We found a gift card to Red Lobster, and it was just really fun. We had a different, I mean, I had a good life with him. He was very generous and stuff, you know? And this was kind of like, it reminded me of those times. We just had this little feast, and we sat there and we watched our shows that we used to watch. I don't watch TV. I don't watch TV. I can't. Makes me sad. I don't watch TV. I don't watch shows. I don't watch movies. I don't fucking watch anything because it makes me sad. Anyway, we had a little feast, and it was a good time. And a couple days later, it was the anniversary, the 1 year anniversary of the Harvey flood, and I needed to be at the flooded house. He was acting weird from the beginning. I can't describe it. It's like he was fucked up. He was drunk, but I only gave him a couple bucks. There was only one empty, like, Boone's type of, like, it just didn't make sense the way he was acting, and I don't want to get all tripped up on the fucking details because I'll be telling this shit forever. He was just off. He asked me to get food for him. No problem. We go get food. And we come back with it. I'm in the master bedroom. We had this room above the flooded garage that had its own AC unit, and that's where I holed up after the hurricane, right? When he was staying with his dad, I was living there. Oh, fuck. It was horrible. It was horrible, and it was not horrible. It was horrible, and it was not horrible. But anyway, he was in the AC room, I was in the master bedroom, and I was writing on the balcony, and like an hour and a half later, he was like, hey, can we go get some food? And the way he asked it was like strange. He asked for me to take him to get food in a way that made me like he didn't remember that we had already gotten food. And I would find that food not all the way eaten, thrown in the trash later, right? So he's like, hey, can we go to McDonald's? I was like, yeah, did you want something else? Because, we just went there. And he's like, it just seemed like he was kind of having oh, that's right. But anyway, So we go to Taco Bell, and I'm getting these confused. These details are not going to be completely accurate, but this is like the gist of it. But it's fucking confusing, right? Anyway, uh, Taco Bell could have been the first trip. I don't know. But, so we go to Taco Bell this time, and this time I'm driving, and he's murmuring under his breath, and he's saying weird shit, and he's saying things like, and I'm making this up because I can't remember exactly, but it was stuff along the lines of, so what are you going to order? And I'm like, I'm not really hungry. I'm still full from McDonald's. And yeah, you probably shouldn't eat anymore. Like, just, and again, I'm making that up, but it was little things like that. And he was like murmuring it. And I'm sorry, what? Nothing. I didn't say anything. Okay, that was fucking, I'm buying him food. But I was nervous, right? And then so we get back to the house, and he had been making a lot of those comments. And so I give him his food. I go down the hall to the master bedroom again. And not long after that, I'm hearing, he's yelling. He's just blah, blah, blah. It was fucking weird. It scared me. And sometimes he would yell stuff. I should eat some more. Screaming it. He was talking about me. He was talking about me being fat. And if I would go in there, which I didn't go in there too much, right? He would, and I'd be like, I'm sorry, were you yelling for me? Did you need some? No, I don't know what you're talking about. It was fucking weird. His behavior was weird. Then he started crying. He got really sad. He was watching the Mike Tyson documentary about his dad. You know, his dad's been dead only a few months at this point. And I put my hand on his back at one point. I kind of pat him, and and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry for touching you. But that was like the only time he was directly like, oh. He was like, I don't want you to, he's like, I just want you to go right and do whatever you were going to do. Don't do anything for me. And I was like, okay. And I mean, I had my bag and my keys and my phone, like everything on me the whole time because I was just real nervous. But I had to be there. I had to be there. And so this is like this goes on for like 8 hours. This whole, right? And but at 5 hours or so, 4.5, 5 hours, he wants more food. And I'm not about to get in the car with him again. So I let him take my car to get more food. And I was sitting outside waiting for him because he had been screaming more and more. He had been more erratic. There was like, it's hard to describe the situation. He was losing it. And so but he didn't have drugs. Everybody's like, oh, this is drugs. No, he didn't. I mean, he didn't have enough money for drugs. He had a little pot. He had a couple of Adderall pills that he hadn't taken. They were my Adderall, so I knew, right? He hadn't taken them. He had one of my Valiums. Hadn't taken it. He had that empty Boone's bottle or whatever. I mean, that's, right? That's it. Part one.